Still alive? You'd have to be if you're watching this, so welcome back. I'm Nidesu, and today we'll be reviewing and unboxing Bokksu, Japan snackery. Now, I don't really intend for this to be an unboxing channel or a snack review channel or some kind of culinary channel, but I figured the kinds of people that are watching my videos, the 5 or so of you that there are the kinds of people who like anime and thus might be interested in Japanese snacks. So, I found out about Bokksu from YouTube advertisements, and well, I'm not sponsored by them, so I can say whatever I want, but they used to have this thing called a Snackathon that used to sell Japanese snacks in the United States, but for some reason they removed all of the Japanese snacks from their catalog. So, I found out about Bokksu, and we'll see what they've got. Now, I was able to get the Sakura Spring version. Oops, you can't see that because of the glare. That's better. I was able to order them in time to get the Sakura Spring set. The way Bokksu works is that they send you, you purchase a subscription to them from some kind of plan, and then every X amount of months, however many you specify, they'll send you a crate with curated snacks from various parts of Japan. But the theme changes with the shipments, so it's random. Anyway, I was able to get a hold of the Sakura Spring box. I'm not sure if they're still doing that promotion, but we'll see what this one has, and I love Sakura flavored things. I tend to have a taste for things that are floral, sweet, and crunchy, so hopefully they got something good in here. Okay, looks like they've got grapefruit gummies of some kind. I'm not actually a very big fan of grapefruit, but it also looks like they've got orange. We'll try these a little bit later. Right now I'm just going to show you what's in the box. We have a Sakura, I think this is a doriyaki. I could be wrong though. I think actually the booklet will tell us what's in here. Okay, let's see, it tells us where some of these snacks are from: Kanagawa, Shizuoka, Osaka, and several other places. So it's the handmade Sakura candy. Let's look for that. So this must be it. It says so right there. Duh. You can read some of the description there. You can pause it. Oops, the glare's awful. So I'm pretty sure this will be tasty. I love Sakura flavored things, so we'll see how this is. And it's made by Daimonji Candy Company. It'll also tell you what the flavor profile is, if it contains any allergens or anything else, and it'll tell you if it's vegetarian or not, if that matters to you. Let's see what else. There's Chinsuko. Let's try and find that, shall we? Is this the Chinsuko? Keiki. Okay, yeah, Sakura Keiki. Must be something else. I also have some kind of rice cracker mix. Looks like it's covered with nori or seaweed. I'm very fond of seaweed. Okay, you can find that one right here. Satsumare. What is that? Okay, this looks like the crepe coloré strawberry. I'm not sure what that is exactly. I've never had this before. Being a weeb for a really long time, I've had numerous Japanese snacks, but I don't think I've ever seen these before. They kind of look like pyralines, which I really like. I usually prefer the hazelnut ones though, so we'll see what the strawberry ones are like. Ume sour plum crackers? Let's see what's... Oh, okay, these must be the plum crackers. I like plum flavored things, so this should be good. I'm afraid you'll just have to take my word on what is good and what isn't, since I will... this this isn't really a reaction video of me eating this stuff. I'll eating it off camera and then telling you what I think about it later. After all, you probably wouldn't like my face very much, and even if you saw it, I don't really emote very much. I'm about as emotional as a no mask in that regard. Okay, these look like more of the... Ooh. These are these Super Mucho chips. Super Mucho, huh? That's funny. I know in Japan they have lots of very interesting flavors for potato chips and Kit Kats, so they love Kit Kats there. You can find a Kit Kat in basically any flavor you could imagine. Okay, looks like we're finding more. Okay, these are the crackers. My bad. These are the Tsukiri Ume Sour Plum Are. Ararare. Yeah, rice crackers. My conversational Japanese isn't all that great. I'm rubbish at kanji. I'm mostly proficient at reading and writing it. Okay, they showed us the Sakura cake. They showed us the gummies. And now oh look, we have these premium chocolates. Looks like they're... there's this German type of snack company that makes these... No, or is it French? Might be Belgium, I don't remember which. But basically they're these wafer cookies that are covered with a block of chocolate on the front. They're usually very tasty, and I'm pretty sure these will be as well. If you're wondering how much this runs you, it's about... Well, it depends on what plan you get, of course. The more boxes you purchase, the cheaper they are individually, as are with most things. Okay, these are the gummies. That covers it for the box itself. So put that aside. I'm not sure if there's any tea though. I've heard that in some of these Bokksus, you end up with they send you a tea sampler. I haven't found any tea though. I don't think. Anyway, let's show you all the goods, shall we? Well, at least as many of them as I can get into my camera view. As you can see, I'm working with a very high-tech professional setup here. So, all of this based on the plan that I purchased because, it goes from, you can buy a 1 month box for about $50 USD, or you can buy like a 12-month plan and then they all end up being about $35 or so. But this ran me about 40, so I'm not sure if, oops. This is what you can expect for the price. Anyway, I shall sample some of these and I will report back to you what it is that they're like. So please stay tuned. Or don't, I guess. And we're back. So, as you can see, this box has been pretty much completely decimated. So, I guess you'll take my word that I am the one who actually ate him and I didn't feed it to, I don't know, the dog or a raccoon or something. I messed up because there actually was tea in the box. It was in this little package. It was evidenced by the tea that's located right here. This Satsumache, wrong language. Satsumache Sakura green tea. And you can see I've made it right here in this swanky teacup. I'm a bit of a tea snob, so of course I have a tea set. It has a very strong green tea flavor, which means it has that really earthy taste to it. But I happen to like green tea, so I happen to like the flavor. And you do get the soft notes of the floral sakura extractor petals that they have infused in a little tea bag. I like it, it's good. Oh, and before I continue, I'll just mention a few other things about the tea. It's listed as ryokucha, which doesn't really tell us much of anything other than that it's green tea, which there's about 100 or so different styles of green tea in Japan. They take the green tea quite seriously, much like how the Scots take their scotch. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that this is sencha. It's definitely not matcha, because matcha is powder and it tends to make a much less opaque tea and has more of a gritty consistency to it. However, there's a bunch of different other versions of tea. There's aracha, mecha, kukicha, tencha, and pretty much any other kind of cha you can imagine. But the major difference between tencha and sencha is that the sencha is not covered, meaning that when the tea plants are growing in rows on the tea farms, the farmers will cover tencha, or the leaves they intend for them to become tencha or matcha, with a tarp, so that it'll stress out the tea plants more. They'll get less sunlight, so they'll produce more chlorophyll in an attempt to compensate for the lack of photosynthesis, which gives them a stronger taste and more of a deep green color. Sencha, on the other hand, is a bit lighter, both in color and taste, but I happen to be not very picky when it comes to which ones I'm willing to drink. And this one's pretty tasty. Now, as for the rest of it, I'll be sipping on that during the rest of it review. So, I'm having the sakura, the handmade sakura candy. It has a fairly similar consistency than to hard candy you would find elsewhere. Something like Jolly Ranchers, only these have a bit of a more refined texture, I suppose. They're not that kind of just glossy, smooth type taste to them. They have a little bit of dusting to them. And as you suck on them, there's actually a little piece of either sakura leaf or sakura petal, or a little bit of a sakura branch in the center of them. Kind of like a Tootsie Pop without the chocolate chemical gunk in the center. They probably have the strongest sakura taste out of all of them. I'm not sure if that's something that you've ever had, but it's just a very light floral taste to them. I guess kind of like rose if you've had rose candy before. I happen to be very fond of rose candy, so I like sakura flavor as well. So, the rice crackers, I'm not sure if I didn't have the refined palate to be able to enjoy the rice crackers more fully, but they mostly just tasted like rice crackers to me. I don't know. I like rice crackers, but they're not my favorite thing in the world, and they're just something I happen to snack on if they're there. The chinsuko is pretty good, and I actually did have a little bit of help defeating this box with some companions. And the general consensus is that these are tasty. Chinsuko is it's a type of shortbread cookie. That's basically what it is. Only it's from Okinawa, and there's some kind of pun where it relates to a man's manhood if you're from mainland Japan. It sounds like, chimpo or chin. If you've watched hentai before, you've probably heard those terms. So the Sakura Monica, it contains a lot of red bean paste inside of them. They're kind of small, and it doesn't look like they have a whole lot of filling in them, but the Sakura mochi wafer part, that's the shell for the cookie, is pretty thin, so you don't get a whole lot of Sakura flavor with them. But you really get that strong amount of red bean flavor in them. Red bean's kind of hard to describe if you've never had it before. It's a little bit gritty, kind of like, I don't know, strawberry jam. But it doesn't taste like strawberries or anything of the sort. Red bean is red bean flavor. It's sweet. It's kind of like a sweet jelly. I like red bean, and I usually buy it whenever it is I can find it, which is not that many places here. So, with these Tsukiri Ume sour plum arare rice crackers, they have some really intense flavor. Like, look, they're really small crackers, but they pack a really big punch. And it's less that the plum flavor. You get this kind of, I don't know, plum vinaigrette flavor to them. But they're really salty. It doesn't look like they're salty, but they have a very intense salty flavor. As for these crepe coloré, what is that, French?
What name is that, French?
Anyhow, they're basically like I predicted. They're Pyralines, those cigar cookies, only instead of them being filled with hazelnut or vanilla or chocolate, it's filled with strawberry flavor, which I like Pyralines a lot. So, and I like strawberry, so these are good. Now these were interesting. These Supa Mucho sour plum flavored chips. I thought that was going to be really strange because we don't have fruit flavored chips here in America. I mean, maybe somewhere there's some fruit flavored chip, but that's generally not a very popular flavor. We usually have, I don't know, cheddar, sour cream and onion, sour cream cheddar at the best. Fight me. And then there's vinegar and sea salt and all those other flavors. Barbecue. I hate barbecue. I thought this was going to be really weird tasting, but they're actually surprisingly good. They're kind of hard to describe. They have a good consistency to them. They're light and crispy. Kind of like somewhere between a kettle chip and one of those Lay's baked chips or whatever. But you get this light fruit taste to them, kind of like a vinegar chip. Kind of like a plum vinaigrette, but sweeter, but it's not overly sweet. They're kind of just salty, crispy, and they have a pleasant taste to them. I couldn't put the bag down once I opened them. This Sakura cake was really tasty. It kind of has a consistency to a Twinkie, but it's more airy and tastes, I don't know, not like hydrogenated oils. The bottom part of it is a bit, I don't know, has a bit more of an intense, like sour Sakura flavor to it, but the rest of the cake has like a soft, airy, floral, sweet taste to it. It's good. These were very popular amongst my companions and I. I still saved a few of them miraculously. But basically, it's like a strawberry chocolate puree on top of a little chocolate cookie biscuit. They're pretty small. They're only like that big. They have a very strong strawberry flavor, and they also have. They're not really sweet. They are because it's chocolate, but the backing is dark chocolate, and they have a more rich, kind of sour, bitter taste to them. If you like chocolate covered strawberries, you'll probably like these, and I think they're good. I was also surprised by how good these were. I mean, they're really, really small gummy hearts. They're like that big. But I don't really like grapefruit all that much as a flavor, but I did like these. They're kind of just like sweet and sour gummies. They're pretty good. Sakura mochi, basically a rice flour dumpling, kind of like dim sum, if you've had that, but instead of it being filled with, I don't know, meat or something savory, it's usually filled with like a sweet paste. And this one is full of like this gelatinous sakura flavor. And they're pretty good. I think I like the red bean mochis a bit better though, or the green tea ones. Those are delicious. This one was perhaps my favorite of everything in this package. This is Sakura Wünsche.
What name is that, French?
Enchanté. I don't speak French. Anyway, it's kind of like a dorayaki, which if you've never had that before, it's like this little flat pancake thing that's filled usually with red bean paste. Only in this one, it's filled with sakura cherry type icing almost. Now, the cake part's really fluffy, and the filling inside of it's really sweet, and I enjoyed that a lot. Anyway, to summarize my findings, I would say that I generally liked the vast majority of everything that was in the Bokksu, though the portions were a bit small for the price. Now, granted, Bokksu is essentially a distributor, and they are gathering up various types of candy from different snack vendors and perhaps premium candy makers across Japan, and then sending them all the way across the world to where I live, so of course it's going to be a bit pricey. However, I am fairly satisfied with my purchase. I did also get it on a 10% discount. I don't know if the link is still active, but you could perhaps use the code RNJ10 for the 10% off. That's from some kind of affiliate link with Rachel and June's YouTube channel. I don't have a particularly strong feeling one way or the other towards their content, and I know they would kick back from that link, and I'm not sponsored by them, have any affiliation with them whatsoever. So if for some reason you don't like them, you could, I don't know, don't use that link, I suppose, without the code in the discount section. But as for me, I happen to like saving money, and I didn't really mind either way. Of course, you could also try the code all capitals CRAVE10 that may or may not work on your Bokksu order. You could try that out and let me know if it works for you. Regardless, the links will be in the description. Anyhow, I signed up for the 3-box gift set, so I'll be getting another 2 boxes, so there'll be 2 more entries into the Bokksu saga. But for now, that's all I have. So with that being said, that's the end for this review. I'd like to thank you for choosing to burn some of your mortal life away here with me. And if we're both still alive next time, I suppose we'll be seeing you again in the future. Until then, farewell.